Madam, can you start?
We'll start. Good afternoon.
Okay, madam. So, good afternoon, respected Director ICAR-CIFT, and along with in the audience, I am seeing Dr. K. Simon sir, Dr. Sankar sir, Dr. Tulsiram, and many more such delegates are there. So, this program has been arranged as a part of the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. So just I will speak because Madam will chair the program. Just I will speak some few words about the Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav. So everybody must be knowing that this Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav, it is a novel initiative by the Government of India to honor and commemorate the 75th anniversary of India's independence. And in this connection, the nation used to conduct many programs through delivering lectures, webinars, awareness programs, trainings, many kind of things through, even through arranging programs through All India Radio, Doordarshan, all these things for creating awareness about the achievements of the government in different sectors. So in this line, ICAR-CIFT since last 75 weeks, we are also conducting under the umbrella of Indian Council of Agriculture Research. We are conducting many programs in the form of seminar, webinar, online lectures, training programs, even some awareness programs of the different landing centers, school, colleges, even some awareness program through All India Radio, Doordarshan, popular articles giving in the print media. So in this way, we are popularizing the theme which has been given to ICAR-CIFT, that is Fish for Health and Prosperity. So this particular program has been arranged in this connection only. So Dr. Jayanti will deliver a lecture on this. So many listeners have joined this program. So before starting the program, I would request our director, Dr. Leela Edwin Madam, to chair the program. So Madam, I would request to speak few words on this occasion.
Good afternoon to all. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, madam.
Yeah. Dr. Mohanty, the main organizer of the program, and today's speaker, Dr. Jayanti, most respected Dr. Simon, professors of different universities, heads of division of CIFT, scientists in charge of our research centers, scientists of CIFT and other institutes, participants including research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. As Dr. Mohanty just was telling, Azadi ka Amrit Mahotsav is commemorating 75 glorious years, and ICAR has taken up various national campaigns in different areas of agriculture to spread the message. So ICAR-CIFT has been nominated to lead the national campaign on fish for health and prosperity. And we have been trying to reach out to the masses through different media, print, electronic, and digital platforms. As you know, everybody knows fish and fishery products are one of the healthiest foods and very rich in nutrients. And the demand of fish is increasing day by day. Since 1957, CIFT has been working on different aspects of fish, right from fishing to fish processing and value addition, hygienic handling, packaging, quality and safety of fish, development of machinery, and CIFT has been spreading the technologies developed to different parts of the country and even to other developing countries. So we have been through our various programs trying to reiterate the importance of fish in health and also to increase wealth. So Jayanti will be talking about how to use fish for health and prosperity. And through this national campaign, we request all stakeholders to give due importance to this message and spread it throughout their regimes, and we would request the non-governmental and the governmental organization to take giving prime importance, because it is one of the most important ways of eliminating malnutrition in the country. So with these words, I would request Dr. Jay Jayanti to start her talk on fish for health and prosperity. I would also welcome all the participants and thank them for attending this very important program and requesting you to spread this message once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me share my slide. I hope it's visible.
It is.
Yes.
Thank you. As ma'am mentioned, it is actually a national campaign on the fish for health and prosperity, which all that Fisheries Institute join hand towards to make this as an goal and an aim of focusing for that as part of Azadi Amrit Mahotsav. Actually, we are working in ICAR-CIFT since 1957, working for that areas of harvesting and post-harvesting towards making as a fish as a base. With this contribution of different areas, starting from that responsible fishing and also to that biochemical aspect, microbiological aspect, quality aspect, and with that upgradation of that Center of Excellence in conducting so many training programs and also an ISO certified organization, we are holding that different areas of that harvesting and post-harvesting research through that 7 pillars. That is our divisions: fishing technology, fish processing, biochemistry, engineering, quality assurance, and microbiology extension. So with this, I will start today that, as ma'am was mentioned rightly, it's a nutrition. It's an healthy, which represented that healthy aspect of a human being, and how it will be useful for that livelihood to increase our income. That only I'm going to targeting today. So with this, we all know that it is for our health and also for the prosperity of our livelihood for the fishermen, and also at that last, we will be giving and contributing for our national economy for that increasing that GDP as a whole. So I wish to start my presentation with that one of the quote by that Amartya Sen, who rightly pointed out that poverty, it is not a lack of money, because it is one of that incapable of that potential used by that human being. So he rightly told that it is a deprivation of opportunity. So I take this line and I will be going into that topic of that nutrition and livelihood, because I will be handling into that is nutrition, it is a health, and as a livelihood is a wealth, because we are generating assets, we are generating enterprise, and we are generating that, improving the standard of living of that common fisher folk, and also that apart from fisheries who are involving in or who are taken as a fish as a base for that livelihood. So that is my outline of this today's webinar. So nutrition aspect, I will be covering some of that, why fish is a nutrition one, why we need to go for stress for fish, and also one livelihood option as a resource we can select. So we all know that nutrition, it's a must, because without food we can't live, because we need to satisfy our at least 3 days in a, basically we are taking means it is 3 servings per day. But so many people, they are going without filling up of 1 day of meal. They are skipping 2 days, or they are not even having the food. That is means that secured in terms of food security and nutrition security, they are not fulfilling. It will be calling in that way of that they are not available. It is not available to them. Otherwise, it is not accessible. Even it is accessible, some of the people, they won't have a money to afford to purchase for that fish. So why it is a better nutrition, I can say, is it is for that overall all the people, without that any age restrictions, it will be necessary. because we all know that our nutrition has a macro and micronutrients. In this, carbohydrate, protein, and fat is a must. So that needs to be balanced. So it needs to be balanced, means it has to be fulfill our protein requirement per day. That fish has, because there are so many scientific evidences, it has proved that fish is the one of the cheapest animal protein. Even though there isn't popular protein sources are available, it is one of the cheapest and affordable, and even a common people can also take they can access and they can consume fish. So this one, why it is stress on that fish for the nutrition aspect is it is developing our immune system. And also even for a childbirth and pregnancy time, also even mother that women can take. And adolescents, there is a major malnutrition which is affecting the adolescents. That also can be catered to that fish. So not only to improve that health, but we can lower certain risk due to that certain non-communicable diseases. That also possible through fish. So I will just given some of that world data or certain from that institutional support of reports. I will highlight that why that fish is more important. Because the global hunger, it has shows that UN report, it is in 2021, the global hunger numbers, it has risen to 828 millions. It is more than 46 million people when compared to that earlier 2020, and 150 million more than that 2019, previous year, 2 years previous. And also it hasn't mentioned that 11.7% of people in that world, they have food insecure at a very severe stage. They are at that level of very severe in terms of that food. So that can be met out when going for that food diversification. Not only for agriculture alone, it cannot be met, but which is needed from other sources, as like fish can be one of the source. And other one which can be often stress here is that is production. It has India is in second position now. But why I have given here this mention is it, even though it is an earlier data, because in 2030 we need that higher production from the fish. So if it means that is an importance of fish is very essential to go for a meeting of the domestic and also seafood requirement at the international level. And also demand for fish also over the years increasing, even from that mariculture and marine capture fisheries. This from 1960s, it shows that global production, it is increasing. And from this, World Health Organization report, we came to know that it has malnutrition has been increasing. The two under age of 5 years, it is very high. But one favorable scenario is that apart from Africa, all that sectors, all the countries, they are put effort towards reducing that number of children who are in that stunting that has been declined. Even then, what it is that case in the developing countries, still it is of, they need to put effort towards reducing their level. And it's well and good that at a national level and international level, there are to break that bridge in that malnutrition. There are so many initiatives. Recently, what has been introduced in India, there was a mission portion that is an integrated nutrient support program. It has been introduced. Why it has been introduced is it is to strengthen the delivery system, because to give to make and reach out to many of the people, because not only to that focusing area, and also what are the linkages in the institution level towards making as a healthy and wellness and immunity development to bridge that malnutrition. Because as WHO mentioned, it is a malnutrition, it is one of the serious and a dangerous threat to that global public health. Because even there are literatures which has mentioned that immunity levels, if we have been very good enough, that is the thing we are healthy, because we may not be of catching cold or some of the disease very easily, because our immune system will be of in that positive stage to take care of that certain cause coming from that microorganisms. This is it actual what I am going to make you aware certain things on that economic background, but in a simple way I'll explain it. I have taken two on that economic problems and utility. One theory is there. So with this, that problems, when as a citizen or as a student, or when we are taking something new, we will start with certain questions: why, what, how, when. So that only I'm going to explain here today with this nutrition and livelihood aspect. Why we need to choose fish? Because they mainly certain preferences. I will explain you with that certain statistics from that national level and international level also. That preference from that is varying, and consumption levels, how it is differ from regional wise. And how we can make it as an available, because it is not only as fresh alone. There are a lot of forms are there. We can go for frozen, chilled, dried, or any of the specialty products or batter and breaded. As now we are in that lifestyle and metropolitan, cosmopolitan lifestyle. So what we need is ready to do. All are in that working rush, going to that daily and then coming, and what may be cook in a very faster mode. That is our daily lifestyle. So to adapt to that, how to diversify using the fish, that diversification, I will be giving an detail on that, and how much to eat, because we may be question of that whether we will eat this much or consumption, but at home we can't prefer, because it depends on preference. Individual will prefer certain things in a higher level and certain family things also. It depends on economic and non-economic factors. And then whom to eat, whether starting from all ages, from a family, children to adult, at the old age also can be used. So who are the beneficiaries that, and how safe? Because nowadays this is very important, because the consumer choices are more. So we will be looking on that safety, quality and safety. Even we can ready to spend more money on that. Even that product is highly safe and quality means we can able to afford in that way. So that knowledge has to be bridged in this. So with this, why fish? First of all, it is the healthiest food on the planet. If you are searching the fish nutrients, first of all, it is the healthiest one. And also it is the possible way to bridge the human, that is food in security, which will be the challenging task in the coming years. So the population will be going to increase. That will be the very hindrance to go for it. So one thing is it has a lot of loaded with a lot of minerals, vitamins, and also it has a protein is high. As I told, it is high in the sense it is a very cheap animal protein. So as FAO has mentioned that fish as a natural superfood, nature's superfood. So it is a naturally we will be getting from renewable resource and we will be utilizing. So it is called as powerhouse because it is giving an energy, and also omega-3 fatty acid. It is a very rich in iodine also, vitamin D, iron, and certain amount of calcium and zinc requirement also can be met out through that fish. And this that consumption, if you are seeing that consumption pattern from 1960, it was an only 9 kg. But now when you are looking at that, it is 20 kg per capita today at global level. So in the consumption, as I mentioned, it is one, this composition of fish, that is an 18 to 20% is a crude protein is there, apart from that certain fat soluble vitamins. The product forms, as I mentioned, it is not only fresh. So many frozen forms are there, chilled forms, dried, and also one value-added or specialty or convenient products. That is the way we will be expressing different products. So I just want to justify with that one of the Government of India data on increasing that need for value-added products, because nowadays there is an ready to eat, ready to cook, and ready to serve. These products, there is an increase from that previous year. This shows that there is a demand for these products, not only in national level and international seafood trade also, it has a high significant contribution. So just I want to make you a certain glimpse of that. What are that live fish and different fishes in that each category. This is an ready to cook and ready to serve products. These are the certain frozen products. And these are certain batter and breaded products. And these are specialty products from shrimp and all. It is exclusive for export. These are certain surmi based products. These would mainly cater to that of packaging, because to increase the shelf life of that, different packaging in tins and retarded pouches, see-through packages. It has been tried in that way. And cured and dry products, which is used by that solar dryers. And other than this, certain ethnic and traditional smoked products, that also has been put in that place. When in India, if you are taking certain northeastern states and all, these products have an high demand. So that is about that products. Which products are available for us to choose certain products. Other than this, species-wise, certain products are there. When come to that fish consumption, this one in 2025, we may need certain addition fish consumed because population is increasing. So compared to that, developing countries are in that very risky stage, I can say, because they have to meet out with the current production of fish production. And India is in the second stage. When compared to that, as far as that Asia is concerned, 73% maybe of from that whole global consumption contributed by that Asia. Among this, India, after China, India is the highest consuming state. So with this, we can say that there is one study from that FAO. It has mentioned that coastal indigenous people, because compared to that whole population, the coastal indigenous people, they have consumed more, because we said that it is an 20 kg of fish by the global population per capita. But in global indigenous people, they have 74 kg per capita. This is a higher state, because their accessibility, they won't have a linkage with that of outside mainland. So usually they will be cater with that of what that available within the island regions. This one shows that the fish consumption at worldwide, that India, if you are taking, they will be in that range of 5 to 10 kg. Exactly, there is a 9 kg of fish consumption per capita in national level. This one I try to mention on that different Pacific, that is FAO regions, which has shown that production and also that catch, what is that consumption linkages, because whether the producing countries, they have consumed more or not. But some of the cases, if you are relating to that, it is exactly not. Because if taking that case of India, we will be in the second level in that production. But at that stage of, I will come to that next and explain you that, because that families which are consuming fish we are taking means it is only 24% at the Indian level. But apart from that, there are state level, regional differences are there. If you are taking that production, we can say that Tamil Nadu, it has been highest and followed by that of Gujarat and Kerala. But consumption, if you are taking that, Kerala will be of more compared to that of as island state, Lakshadweep and all, it is very indigenous. As I mentioned in global level, it is very indigenous. So Lakshadweep, it is high. And Kerala, it is of around 20 kgs, more than our national average. So next comes this much enriched with the nutrients, this much of healthy for our food. But whether it will give us how many servings we can take, but it is no standards which is given by any of that, but there are advices has been given, because it is given by that we can eat 2 to 3 servings per week at 100 grams per servings will be of good to make ourselves as a healthy and make ourselves as a better nutrient. We can develop ourselves in a good health, keep ourselves. But sardine, why I have given mainly is sardine is it is one of the species which is consumed more. The consumption of sardine is more in species wise compared to other species. So next come that safe, whether we are purchasing in different sources, starting from that markets or roadside vendors, or either to that of door-to-door delivery that vendors, we will get from different sources, malls or anywhere. But we may have a suspicious, because as and when that our level, that consumer level has been increased towards on that choices, and also for that education level has been increased, we will all be of doubt about that, whether it is adulterant or have a quality fish what we are getting, or is it safe. So towards this, there is one kit, it has been introduced in CIFT. There is rapid detection for adulteration of fresh fish. It has been already commercialized, and it can identify that ammonia and formaldehyde adulteration at that household itself. So one thing that nutrition, how we can make is that is only quantity available and also accessible and affordable. So other than this, to increase that fish, how it can be act as a livelihood to improve our standard of living, and as a base for making our livelihood, to make as an job opportunities through that fish. It is also one of the probable and also one economic aspect of an using the fish towards developing a fishpreneurship or entrepreneurship development. So livelihood, as we are taking, it is as a food, providing food also one livelihood and also an income. What I am going to cover here is mainly of income, how to generate income through that fish. As we are telling by word, we can't able to do that as a livelihood, so because it is a human who are involving in that, and as a field, they will be having a lot of difficulties and complex. It is very dynamic concept because that adaptation to that environment at the field level, there are a lot of risks there. So here, how we can use that fish, that is fish processing or fish as a base, we can use for improving the livelihood. So this one, what we need is, we may have an idea, but we need a certain information or that knowledge or certain technology or finance or whatsoever may be. We need to get this to be of interlinked. That interconnection or interlinkages of all things will make an entrepreneur. But apart from this, you are able to take a risk. Even though when certain livelihood opportunities, it definitely there will be a risk. We need all that support from that backup of technology, and also from the different sources we need backup support to make our enterprise a lively and sustainable one. So in this fish-based opportunities, there are value addition opportunities are there. Otherwise, dry fish we can go on. Otherwise, fish feed can be prepared as one of the options. And by using that different fish-based nutraceuticals or otherwise pharmaceuticals, some of that different products can be prepared, and it can be of different combinations. It is an innovation. It is the intellectual of the particular entrepreneur to decide which one can be chosen. So the same has been very integrated with that of blue economy, that is blue initiative taken by that government. And they have different ocean-based livelihoods and also fish-based livelihoods and allied in all that fish-related aspects, starting from that of marine ecosystem and developing their livelihoods to go with it, because they have mentioned that it is in oceans. They have given a greater economic frontier to go, put forward that sustainable development. And through this livelihood, what we are doing is we are giving a certain employment opportunities or income generating opportunities to the fisher folk. In this case, fisher folk, but as that government initiative on this farmers first and doubling farmers income, these and all, it's a part of improving that fisher also. But what it is, this has integrated with that concepts of increasing their income and also one additional income opportunities, because every fisherman or farmer, everyone, they have a main business entrepreneur and also having an alternative livelihood opportunities that need to be strengthened to make them as a sustainable entrepreneur, and also to make them linkages to the markets and accessible to that linkage to be of very proper, and it should be strengthened. The cold chain, supply chain, all to be of strengthened, and reducing risk, because technology has to be updated and finance to be of linking to them, and groups. That's what nowadays there is a self-help groups are there, microfinance groups at that regional level, at that smaller scale, at the panchayat level, towards making into a dream of improving the livelihood of that fisher folk, and also that efforts towards doubling fishers' income also. This is the one example from Kerala. Everyone might be very familiar with this, Kudumbasree. This one giving an livelihood support through that providing training, infrastructure, and also financial support throughout there, and implementing and feedback and follow-up of that, everything will be done through this Kudumbasree. So this is an opportunities we can look on. And what CIFT is doing for that entrepreneurs is, it is an agribusiness incubation is there. Through this agribusiness incubation, we are actually giving an one place where the technology and all that things can be linked, because upscaling and also infrastructure facilities and developing their markets, they can do the test marketing at this level, and how it can be do in that integrated way to hand-holding them throughout as an incubators at the CIFT. There are a lot of success stories on that the ABA level. That is, first they will do that product promotion, and they will do these are that activities what they are doing at that support services. They will do that after doing the branding, IP protection will be done, and how they have to carry out training, and everything will be of taken care. And after if they want to network with some of that entrepreneurs in a larger way also, it can be also facilitated and carried out by that ABA unit. This is that view of that ABA incubators office cubicle, which is provided that our organization. This is the pre-processing facility, and these are certain facilities what is provided through that ABA through the pilot plant. Pre-processing, freezing and chilling, value-added production also can be done, and processing, pouching, breaded and breaded products, all this will be taken care by that ABA unit. These are the certain brands which is developed by the incubators at that CIFT. And apart from this, one of the thing which has an impact on that at the national level is a solar dryer and fish processing kiosk, which is developed at that engineering division. So these are the products, dried products, which where there is not accessibility of fish, fresh fish to that areas can be linked through this supplying of the dried fish. But at the quality, that's what I told, it is a quality and a safer food at a standardized. We are maintaining certain standards, means there should be a certain credibility on that product, and we can promote and make them as a competitive one. So this is that livelihood opportunities which can be followed by any of them to take up as a livelihood through a basis fish, and which I have come across one USAID. One comic, what they have mentioned as a different importance of fish, how they have prepared. So this, by using this, I try to say that nutrition is important through fish, but it should be of one fish or two fish or that, but it should be practicing in that responsible way. in a sustainable way towards available to the future generation. So eating fish is very good for health, as it has a lot of benefits, and also giving us strength to face everything. So as an entrepreneur, what we need is a mindset and to make ourselves to change. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Jayanti, for delivering a good lecture. So now I would request the audience, if there is any questions, you can put your questions either in chat box or you can ask the questions. Somebody has put in the chat message, what is the procedure for getting into agribusiness incubation? Dr. Jayanti?
Yes, sir. Actually, in agribusiness incubation, actually, Dr. George Nanan, he is that member secretary of that. You can approach to that CIFT, and through that, you can get that procedure to follow and enroll in that, and getting that facility of office facility, and you will be getting a training in that institute. Sorry.
One question is there, Shankar sir, shall I request is that, is there any nutrient difference between inland and marine fish?
Yeah, there is difference in the nutritional composition of inland and marine fishes. Inland fishes, basically the fish is considered as a good food, mainly for its health benefits, particularly the N3 PUFA and other things. In inland fishes, basically these type of acids are comparatively less, because the fish gets these acids or their precursors from the phytoplanktons, which is not available in the freshwater area. Therefore, with reference to that alone, there is a difference. Besides, the mineral composition also changes between the inland and marine fishes. Compared to inland fishes, marine fishes are definitely more nutritious and have much more health benefits.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good afternoon. This is Usha from Karunya Institute of Technology and Sciences, Coimbatore. I'm having one question, sir. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, Usha, you are audible.
Yeah. So I just wanted to know, when the fish comes to the market, how long it can be preserved? Are we getting a fresh fish in the market? I heard some like formalin-like solutions are used when the fish comes to market. Is it true? Could you please say something about it?
Dr. Sainidhan, you want to interact? Yeah, yes, madam. The fish, when it comes to the market, it is delayed. You know, fish is a perishable commodity. It is either landed at the harbors or at the aquaculture farms. So the moment it is landed, it is absolutely necessary to have a cold chain approach to that till it reaches to the consumers. When the cold chain is not put in place, there is every possibility that the fish is getting spoiled. And in the market, which are very close to the aquaculture farms or landing centers, you get absolutely fresh fish, just iced fish you get. But when you go to the interior areas, definitely this becomes an impossible proposition. But still, to a large extent, iced fish is available to the interior markets also. And traders should take care that fish is re-iced before it reaches the retail markets. At the same time, if you want to keep the fish for a very long time, the best possible solution is freezing. But some traders, I won't be putting it as a big group of people, but there are certain people who misuse this phenomena. They use some sort of chemicals to increase its longevity, that shelf life. So that creates a problem. So there are cases where formalin and other cases are used, but it is not at a large scale. Especially when the fish requirement is maximum and people don't get the fish as and when they require. These type of practices are seen. But now FSSA is having a lot of vigilance on this, and to a large extent this is taken care of by the authorities.
Thank you, sir. Very clear.
So if there is no question, can we conclude? So before concluding the program, may I request our Shankar sir, he is the very senior person in our institute, and he is also taking care of this Azadi Amrit Mahotsav program. So may I request Shankar sir to speak few words as a felicitation address for this program. Sir, you have to unmute.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Mohanty. This has been a very interesting talk today. As our director said, the initiative by CIFT started about 15 days back when we started the program on fish as fish for health and prosperity. But of course, when we talk about property, livelihood issue is included in that. But today, Dr. Jayanti has very taken an effort to use the livelihood as a primary concern as far as fish is concerned. And definitely that has given a lot of insight into the aspect of fish as nutrition, as well as how it facilitates the livelihood opportunities of not only the fishermen, but also the people engaged in activities at the cost of fish. So therefore, this has become an important activity for CIFT. It has been CIFT has been doing this similar activity right from its inception in 1957. But then under this placard that Azadi Amrit Mahotsav, we have got better opportunities to go to the public, and we are taking situations to suit to our requirement. We are just going to the schools, to colleges, to the fishermen, to all the people with the idea of propagating fish as a healthy food, which is very good for not only for the person who is consuming the food, but also who is trading fish as a commodity. From that angle, I think all our scientists, all our people are taking extra cautions to go long distances. I mean, both virtually and offline, to convey this message to the people at large. Thank you very much for the opportunity given.
Thank you, sir, for your kind suggestion as well as a very informative lecture on this topic also, because you are only guiding us to prepare different types of programs and different types of other kinds of lectures, these things. And due to our director's guidance and your effort only, now ICAR-CIFT has conducted many programs for popularizing the national campaign on peace for health and prosperity. So I hope this lecture by Dr. Jayanti will be a very fruitful one, and really this is a very insightful lecture and in view of the livelihood security as well as the prosperity in terms of the peace nutrition. So thank you very much to our director for his guidance, and thank you Shankar sir for joining this program to make this program successful, and all the audience who have taken pain and who has given time to listen this lecture, this meaningful lecture. I thank you all on behalf of Director CFT. So thank you, Dr. Jayanti, for giving a good lecture. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So we'll leave now.